Hey, what's going on everybody? I want to give you guys a quick video on something that I was asked earlier in the week, and it was about mix mode on the Shure PSM 300. Now, it's something that I bought the unit for because I thought it would be really helpful to be able to have two different channels with two different mixes going over one actual in-ear monitor system. So if you wanted to have, say, your guitarist mix on one channel, you can do that, and it could be presented to your guitarist in mono. And if you wanted to have maybe like, I don't know, your singer's mix on the other mix, you can have that as well. And that could be presented in their own separate mono mix. All you would need is one Shure PSM 300 unit and two receiver packs, right? And I'm going to show you guys how to set that up. And I'm going to kind of walk you through how you would actually set that up in your mix too. So stay tuned and here we go. Once again, though, if you like what you hear on this channel, please subscribe to this channel. Again, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers this year, so please help me get that. And let me know if you guys have any more comments below and any more questions regarding these units below. All right, peace. Okay, so this right here is the most important part. And this right here is the beginning. So you're going to need to put your unit in stereo-MKX mode, and that's to the far right. So you see that little toggle right there? That's what you need to make sure is in stereo mode. Cannot do mix mode in mono mode from your transmitter, okay? And what you have right here, these two cables, these are actually my inputs, and they're going into my unit. They're left and right. If you could think of it maybe like channel 1 and channel 2, that may be simpler. And let me show you how the front of the unit looks. Okay, so on the front of this unit, you see that I have some audio going through right now. It's not my vocals, it's actually some music that I have playing from Cubase off of my main computer. And I'm sending this through a Behringer XR18 mixer. And what's happening is this mix right here is actually going directly into the sound unit. So this would be my setup if I were running like an iPad, which is two channels, which it would be a left and a right mix from a typical iPad. And I would be able to do this with anything that sends two channels. So what's really going to come down to is how are you sending your mix to your actual PSM 300 unit or whatever intermonitor unit you're using. But in this case, let me show you how you can separate this up and do some demos here. Okay, now here's one of the key pieces to actually getting this to work. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab your receiver kit here, and this is a P3RA by Shure, and you see the audio is going through the channels right now, right? So if you look really closely, you see that it says ST. ST stands for stereo. Okay, this is going to give you a left and a right mix, like a normal balance mix. This is not the mode you want your unit to be on. So in order to change it, you're going to have to go into the actual menu on the unit by pressing enter. You're going to scroll down to where it says audio, press enter. Okay, right here where it says mode, you're going to actually change this. You're going to change this to MX. Let's go here. We're going to enter this. We're going to change it to mix mode. Okay, now we're in mix mode. Okay, so now what happens is my unit is actually running this in a mono mix. So now what you need to do is you need to change the balance. So if I want to hear more of track 1, I'll go here and I'll move this over to track 1. Simple as that. Now I've got track 1. If I want to hear more of track 2, I just simply come over here and I move the balance over to track 2, just like that. If I want to hear both equally, I'll come back here and I'll play this. Put it back into center. Boom. So now I'm going to show you guys how I'm actually setting this test up. I have a 1/8 inch to 2/4 inch adapter that I'm going to run from the pack unit, which is the receiver, into my Scarlett Focusrite audio interface. So let me show you the cable. This is the cable. Nothing fancy here, right? Just a normal cable splitter, whatever. Plug it in, let's go. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this thing in normal stereo mode so you can hear what it sounds like. And then I'm gonna manipulate the unit and I'll show you as I go through how I'm changing the mixes on the actual receiver right here, okay? So this right here is the mix in stereo, normal panning. It's what you would hear if you were to plug headphones in directly into the audio interface. And I'm not doing anything extra ridiculous right now. I'm just showing you a basic baseline, okay? Now, here's the part that we're gonna start getting a little funky with it, right? On the actual unit itself, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna change to mix mode. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna solo some tracks on here so you guys can hear what that sounds like independently. All right, so let me get my mixer opened. And we're just gonna go with, let's see. We're gonna go with the electric piano and the lead synth so you guys can hear what they sound like. Now this is pan hard left, pan hard right, okay? So together you're hearing them both. All right, sounds cool, sounds good. It's both in, it's a mono mix on my headset unit. Now I'm gonna go in here and I'm going to actually pan to the left. And what I'll hear, okay. Now what you're hearing is you're only hearing one side. Now let's go back over here. We're gonna bring it back into the middle and swing it over to the other channel so you can hear that. Pretty cool, right? It's mono, dope. Now let's say I wanna have the drums in this, right? So the drums, they're mixed pretty center. They're not actually like spread out or anything like that. So we'll take this out and I'll show you guys what it sounds like. So this is the mix here. We'll bring it over to the other side real quick. Boom. Now you have a completely different mix, just like that. That's how easy it is to do this. But let's do like a more extreme example. So now I've got two different tracks that have nothing in common just to show you how separate you can make these mixes. And I'm still in mix mode on my receiver, but let's go ahead and see what this sounds like. Together, they're gonna sound like crap, but let's start from the middle because that's our bass line. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and slide it over to one side, one channel. Okay. Now, you should be hearing one channel right now, okay? It should sound like a really decent mix as far as like one coherent song. I'm gonna switch it back to the other side. Now, you do have to hold your finger on the button until it gets to the other side. So now we're on the other side. So now I have two different channels, two different mixes with two different songs going to one receiver, but I have the ability to listen to either channel and I can get them in both of my ears in a mono mix on my actual receiver here. So that's one of the cool things about the Shure PSM 300, and that's one of the reasons why somebody would be considering buying it, because you can literally get two distinct mixes and send them together with one receiver. So for that, I think it's pretty dope. If you have any more questions about it, if you want to see any more demos about it, please let me know. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video, and I will talk to you guys next week. Peace.